Hello, my name is Adi Suresh and welcome to my 3D scanning spring of 2026 demo reel. To begin the semester, we took a scan of a shell that we imported into ZBrush and got the high and low res OBJ files that we then imported into Substance Painter. We did the same with a small Bulbasaur toy that was scanned and imported into Substance Painter to texturize. Similarly, I took this Stitch figure from the library, which they scanned for me and sent me back an OBJ file. For the said Stitch figure, I got this very clean looking, nice OBJ mesh that I texturized myself and through Maya, ZBrush, and Substance Painter. It consisted a lot of sculpting in Maya, texturing in Substance Painter, and getting the lighting just right in Stager, and as well as getting the proper OBJ files necessary through ZBrush. This next project showcases a 3D scan that we did of a room in the Henderson building at Virginia Tech, where we are all assigned as a class specific objects in the room to model. For me, it was this large conference table. So I modeled the conference table based off of these references images and the scan data, did the proper UV mapping, and got the texturing just right in Substance Painter. The next was this projector button on the wall here in the same building. I then modeled it based off the scan as well as the subsequent reference photos, UV'd it properly to make sure I could texturize it properly in Substance Painter, imported it to Painter, and got a very nice final model in Stager. Next, my final object was this set of double doors that led out from the hallway to the outside, made of glass and metal. I took the object from the scan data as well as the reference photos that follow and modeled it to the best of my ability. UV mapped it properly so that all can be texturized, went into Substance Painter, got that nice glass and metallic shiny look, and imported it into Substance Stager for the final. Next in the semester, we did a really hands-on project where me and a classmate, we took our own LiDAR scanners from our local library and utilized it to scan a room of our choice around Blacksburg, Virginia. So we decided to scan this amazing local skate shop and their dressing room with all these amazing decor and posters and boards on the wall. And the LiDAR scanner picked it up incredibly well. It only took 2 scans. We then imported the scan into Scene software and cut out the specific walls and meshes that we could then export as OBJ files. We then took said OBJ files, got all the texture data we needed, and now it is editable in Autodesk Maya, and it's the exact thing that we see in person, which we can then model on top of if needed and texture as needed. For the next project in the semester, we were assigned a object in a local bar of ours in downtown Blacksburg to remodel to the best of our capability using the scan data and in-person reference photos. The bar is called Rivermill, and the scan came out incredibly well. I was tasked with modeling this game that you see here. It is a golf game. And so I took the scan data and the reference photos I took myself and modeled it to the best of my ability, and I think it came out incredibly well. I then took the specific faces and made sure it was all properly UV'd and unwrapped so that I could texturize it in Substance Painter. I took it into Stager just to make sure the model looked clean and all lighting, and then transported it into Substance Painter, where I utilized a mix of my own textures and painting as well as projecting specific textures onto the mesh itself to get the most realistic and lifelike look I can. For the class's final project, we experimented with photogrammetry. We used handmade turntables and Lazy Susans as well as this circle dotted pattern template that you see here. And we decided to take a Mango Monster can that we love the texture of to try to create a 3D mesh of. It took 150 photos from low, middle, and high point of views that we took photos of. And we imported all of these photos into the Agisoft software. In the Agisoft software, we were able to create a dense cloud, mesh, and texture that we were able to then import as an OBJ file into Autodesk Maya. In Maya, it was a very quick cleanup where we selected all the faces that were unnecessary, deleted them, imported the texture that the Agisoft software gave us, and came out with an incredibly clean, nice looking model that is highly realistic and got the texture down just right. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for a wonderful semester.